If you build it, he will come. You all know that iconic line from the famous movie Field of Dreams. Ray Kinsella built a baseball field in the middle of his cornfield. Well, I too have built something. I've built a baseball website in the middle of the cloud. And I'm going to tell you about that and show it to you in just a minute. But first, let me tell you just a brief history about myself. My name's Rob. I'm new to the mentorship program, new to ChiPy. And I want to take you back to 1984, the dawn of the Macintosh computer. I take you there because, not because I really care about the Mac, although I love them now, but that is the year I graduated college. I know a lot of you weren't even born yet. So that's me, that's my graduation picture, because I'm referred to as a dinosaur, because the work I got into was COBOL, mainframe, CICS. Who has heard of these terms? A lot of fans, all right. I want you to take a really good look at this picture. You have probably never seen one of these. Alan, this is the CRT. 1970, IBM invents this terminal. It's a 3270 terminal. It weighs a ton. You can see the keyboard. It's about this thick. It's got carpal tunnel syndrome written all over it. So Waldo there is in the background at his desk. You can see it takes up an entire desk. There's no room to write anything. So I got into the mentorship program. I've learned a lot of things. Python, of course. That's what this organization's about. My website, I use the Flask framework to build my website within. I learned a lot about APIs, how to route them, how to build them, and how to make them RESTful. GitHub for source control and code reviews, which Alan and I went round and round and round on. Had a lot of fun, learned a lot of things from him. My platform is running in the AWS cloud. I've got Ubuntu as my processor. And I also have some background tasks running, scheduled by cron. Now, I told you about my mainframe background. What did I know about any of these things before I started this just 3 months ago? Absolutely nothing. This is all new to me. So with that, let me take you to my website. So this is what it looks like. That is my dog in the upper right-hand corner. And some of you may recognize the great Hambino from the movie The Sandlot. So this is going to be able to pull up statistics on Major League Baseball players for you. Right now, my system is frozen in time due to the All-Star break. Kind of untimely for this presentation. So let's do a search by team and see what teams are out there in the league. This is now gone and retrieved from my master file, which I'll talk about in a few minutes, to retrieve all of the teams that are in the league, their record as of Sunday, who they're playing and what time. I'm a Cubs fan, so sorry, Alan, we're going to go with the Cubs. This is a list of all the players on the Cubs. Even if they're not on the team at the moment, if they've been sent down to the minor leagues, they are still showing on here because it's a cumulative update from the beginning of the season. So what you see here are statistics for all of the people who hit, and if we scroll down a little bit, all of the pitchers in the league. So let's click on Chris Bryant, because this shows his seasonal stats. If I want to look at today, if this was Sunday, and see how did Chris Bryant do right now in this game that's going on, I press on that, and it goes out to the Major League Baseball data server, and it's pulling back the information, and you can see that he batted twice, he had 1 hit, 2 walks, and he scored a run, and he played third base. Let's look at a pitcher. And this is embarrassing. I'm going to pull up John Lester from Sunday, and if you are a Cub fan, you know this isn't good news. He pitched. He didn't even make it out of the first inning. No clapping, Alan. It's not allowed. He only got 2 batters out. He gave up 4 earned runs, 6 hits, and 3 walks. A horrible ERA on the day. One more function I'll show you. You can search by last name or partial. So I typed in MONT. Reason, Miguel Montero, one of the heroes of last year's championship, is now playing on the Blue Jays. So we've lost him. But you can see again his seasonal stats. And if I click on him, it shows what he did Sunday. He was 0 for 2. Kind of typical. I want to briefly talk about the background processes that I have scheduled with cron. The reason I did this instead of always going out to the Major League server is because any box score that I go after does not have every player on the roster. It only shows who's playing in that game. So if you wanted to look up a player who hasn't played in the last couple of days, my process would have to jump through hoops to go back in time until I find a file where he exists. by having this master file process, I always have data readily available, and I can tell you that he didn't play today. The one thing that I do have is that it has information that if I want to get the live data, I have keys to go directly to the file where he exists, and I can pull that and show it, like I did. So what I've learned, or what I'm going to do next, is I want to finish up this feature called the watch list, where it'll send a text when your favorite player hits a home run. I want to do things with some cool features like sortable columns. I want to migrate my JSON master files over to a database, improve the architecture. I'm going to go through the AWS certification course for a solutions architect, and I want to take all of this stuff and put it to work. One more slide. ChiPy, I want to learn more Python. I'm not done. I didn't come here just for this 3-month class. I am now a member of this organization. I'm going to keep attending the ChiPy meetings, and I want to be a mentor. And special thanks to my mentor, Alan. He has put in lots of hours with me. I've learned a lot from him. Gave me good guidance. Hopefully I've taught him a thing or two along the way. And that's it.